Frankly speaking, I'm here now. Let's run it. Well, blessed Wednesday to all of you who are already on. I hope you had a blessed and wonderful day so far. Hope you had a great week and all is well in your world. Welcome to Frankly Speaking on this first Wednesday night of 2021 in December. We only got a couple more Wednesdays left for 2022. Thank you for tuning in. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, all of my Facebook pages. That's my Frank Ray the Third page, So Very Frank TV, Frank the Foodie, and we are live on my YouTube and my Twitch as well. So everybody is split up tonight. So if you're on Facebook, let's do it like this tonight. If you're on Facebook, I just want you to share from right there in Facebook. Share, comment, tag someone into this conversation tonight. Tag at least 3 people. If you will, I will greatly appreciate it. You can always help me by reaching more people. So if you're on Facebook, hit that share button, tag 3 people in the comment section. If you're on YouTube, hit that share button as well. How we've been doing, hit share, hit copy, and then put it on your Facebook timeline, or send it to someone via phone, or send it to someone in their DM and tell them to come on in and join the conversation. I got a juicy one for you tonight. And I believe this is going to be our last one for the year. Tasha, I need to quit. I believe this is going to be our last one for the year. I'm going to let everybody off for the holidays without interruptions from me, that they can enjoy their family. So again, I need everyone to share. I need everybody to share. And once you have shared, put shared in the comment section, please. I need everyone to share. Everybody to share if you're rocking with it. Hit share. And of course, y'all know the crew. The crew is in the building. My co-host Tashiana and Mariah. Say what's up to the people, y'all.
Hey y'all. I actually don't feel well, so maybe that's what that look is, but I'm ready.
Hey y'all, happy holidays. I'm excited. Not really excited about it being the last Wednesday of the year, but that just means we got to make it extra juicy. So I'm here for it. And we got Dwayne, so it's always a little da with him here. So I'm excited.
Excuse me, what does da mean? I don't know what that means.
I'm sorry, it's a down south thing. You wouldn't understand.
Well, please clarify for us up north.
We don't have time.
Okay.
It kind of means like, dang, why is he here? But we'll just take what we can get. We'll make it work.
Thank you for explaining it. I'm ready to burn you up tonight.
I'm trying to figure out why you're not sharp today. Why you just black tea shawty today? It's got to be an explanation for this.
Because I'm mourning.
Oh.
Listen, man, of course I got my boy Dwayne in the building. He been holding it down for the past, 5 weeks?
Yeah, y'all owe me a love offering out here.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Look, I don't see enough people.
Frank, hold on, Frank. And I want the people to know I've been holding it down without my picture on the flyer and stuff.
That's true. That's
humble
true.
Man. I want y'all to see that humility.
That's true. Thank you.
I'm somebody. My face should be up on.
That proves that our followers and our viewers aren't Because you.
That's so funny. Hold on. We before we say anything else, y'all not interacting enough for me. Listen, this is a live stream for a reason. We could pre-record and then y'all join in. I need everybody to share. We're not gonna talk until you share. So I need to see at least 15 people share this now. I need to see everybody tagging somebody. That includes the people on the panel. Make sure you tag somebody, make sure you have shared. Send it to somebody's DM on Instagram. I'm gonna play a little music until we get some more people in the room
What happened
tonight.
to me in 31?
Wait on y'all to share. Let's do it. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for sharing. Kel. Sister Golden, thank you. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Miss Arissa. Unquita, thank you. Thank you. Tag somebody in the comment section if you're on Facebook. Get them in the room. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, Miss Baker. Please share, like, tag somebody. Tell them to come on in the room. Thank you, Nakia. What's up, Eva?
Frank, this is my new dance. This is what I'm going to be doing on Mariah and Tutu tonight.
Thank you for sharing.
Oh, man.
April.
Mariah, I know why you feeling good, because you got a bang.
Thank you, Teresa. Thank you.
Bang, gang.
Thank you, Brandy. Miss Devon, thank you for being on tonight. First timer, y'all. Come on, welcome to first timer. Welcome to first time. Thank you for tuning in. Tag somebody. Hit that like, hit that share, y'all. Thank you, Miss I Am Her, She Is Me. What up, Jason? All right, man. Look like we almost ready to get it popping. Let me put the first question up tonight.
I got bars.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing.
I got bars.
Go on, flow.
I got bars.
Y'all don't want me to flow.
Somebody go on, flow.
Now you want to flow.
Hey, Tasia. My girl Tasia on here. Hey, babe.
Listen, y'all, welcome to the show. This is the last one of the year.
For real, Frank, we can't go one more Wednesday, bro.
I got a revival next week.
Oof. I'll run it for you. I'll be the host with these two.
Good love.
Why y'all looking like that?
We good.
So y'all saying
because what is going to happen is that I'm going to be the ref, and there's going to be Tasha, and there's going to be Dwayne. I'm like, go back and forth. And then you know I'm gonna be on Tashiana's
No,
side,
no, no.
so
I'm gonna be a host. So a host, I gotta be subjective.
you can't be in control of me. Period. I'm going on mute.
We know, bang, we know, bang, bang.
Yeah, this is the last one of the year, y'all. So get everybody in here. All right, let's get to it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. I've been seeing a lot of noise on the internet for the past few days. Um, about this cooking set stuff. Miss Lester, how are you? Um,
That's my friend. That's my coworker, man. I just sent it to him. Come on in here, Katani.
yeah, keep sharing, keep liking, keep tagging people while we're talking. About this cooking set stuff.
What is that?
So the internet has been in an uproar saying that a cooking set for a young male, adolescent male, as a gift is not masculine for him to receive. That is a feminine gift for whatever reason. I don't understand it, but maybe some of y'all can make sense of it. So, do you feel that purchasing a cooking set for a young male is a feminine gift? I do recall being younger that normally it would be the ladies getting, cooking set, cooking stuff like that. So let's talk about that. What y'all think?
Are we talking about like an actual like play kitchen? That's what they
Yes.
call.
Yes.
They saying buy a boy a play kitchen.
Yes.
Frank, you gotta give me a little bit more. Like, what was the reason before I go ham on here?
What no, they saying that is feminine. Gay was the proper term that they were using. That it's gay to buy a young male a cooking set.
Okay. Well, I would probably um somewhat agree and somewhat disagree, right? I would agree predicated upon culture wise, we've never done that getting our young men kitchen sets, right? Because that's not what we do. And when we say cooking sets, I'm kind of um uh assuring that it wouldn't be pink, it wouldn't be kind of girly looking, it would kind of be more masculine looking, correct?
I
No,
would assume so.
I would assume so. So here's my thing. I feel two ways about it. If there's a young man who feels like he wants to cook and learn how to cook, if you're gonna get him a set, just make sure that it's masculine and not feminine. And I don't really see anything wrong with that. However, I do understand as a black culture why we demonized it the way that we did as being, gay or sensitive or something of that sort. Because for years, boys did not get those kind of things. We got GI Joes and trucks and all of that, and so I can understand where that comes from. But I think times are changing. Just as long as it is masculine, I'm gonna underline that again.
Let me jump in here right quick. And I'm going to say this: I love Jesus with all my heart. But can we stop describing, things being gay in an adverse way as an adjective? Consider that gay is a sexual orientation. There's that part. The second thing is anybody that I know that's gay, I promise you they're not gay because somebody gave them a cooking set. So there's that part. The other piece is, we get on men, right? Because they don't have skills like cooking. We talk about their ability to connect emotionally and mentally, but that's not what we feed and nurture as they're growing older. So what? The boy knows how to cook. He's gonna learn how to cook. I think I saw someone saying it, and yeah, and that's the thing. My cousin said it. That's simply put, cooking is not gender specific, right? Everybody should know how to cook and take care of themselves. Cause I don't want to cook all the time. My male cousins, they can cook down. Some of them only cook what they eat, and some of them can cook for real, for real. Um, so right, cousin, I'm sick. First of all, shout out to my cousins because they're in the building as they are every week. So there's that part, and I think that we should normalize young men learning to do domestic activities, cooking, cleaning, taking care of themselves. Because when we get older as women, we complain about having to take care of grown boys, and who want to do that? I don't. You want to do that, Momo? Not me. Thank you.
I guess I'll piggyback off of that. But let me clarify the question. Is this buying pot sets for adults or kids? Or either?
Kids.
Oh, kids. Okay. Well, I have a son, and I've never bought him a cook set, but that's only because I only buy him what he asks for. So he just never has, asked for that. I actually haven't seen this topic. I don't know if I haven't been on social media enough, but I don't really think it's a big problem. I've been around kids who, especially at daycares. I remember when Landon was in daycare, they had the pot sets and stuff like that. And honestly, I know if we're talking about gay, I mean, I know plenty of guys who got GI Joes and stuff that still turned out gay. So I don't think that really makes a difference on the toys per se. But I mean I've never bought my son a kitchen because he never wanted a kitchen. But I'm not totally against it. You know what I mean? So I guess I'm up in the air about it. I've never seen a boy in their home with a kitchen set because most of the time they are girly. But I mean, I
Yeah.
don't know. That most of the time to me they are girly with the apron and with the pink silverware and stuff like that. So in that case, if it looks like that, no, I wouldn't buy it. But if Landon would have asked for a kitchen, you're gonna get the best play kitchen that they got. It just ain't gonna be pink. So I'm not against it, but like I said, I haven't been in a position to get a kitchen or a pot set. But as
Yeah.
far as an adult, I wish my man would have got a pot set because he can't cook.
Don't do that. Don't do him. Don't do him
I
on this
wish
live.
somebody would have gave him a
Don't
pot
do
set.
that. Don't do
Because,
that.
but you
Hey,
know what? Good
hey,
thing.
can he pay a bill?
Oh yeah.
Oh well,
But the
then
good
whoop, there
thing
it is.
about look, let me say this: a good thing about a man who can't cook, they think
Whoop,
everything you cook is good.
whoop, there it is.
What more do you want
What
from
more do
me?
you want? Whoop, there it is. Can he pay a
I
bill?
mean,
Play it one more
like
time.
Tasha said, I don't always want to cook, but whatever.
What more do you want from me?
What
Why
more
do
do you
I get
want
the
from
first
me?
sound effect? Hey, cousin.
I guess I need to give my 2 cents. I don't. I can. I. I guess I see now that y'all have kind of dived into it before I had anything. I guess I see the example being that most of the time that's an abnormal gift for a young male child because normally when you think of cooking sets for children, they normally are pretty girly looking most of the time. They come in certain colors. But cooking is indeed cooking. Cooking is indeed a non-gender specific thing. It is something that most of the top shelves, as April said, most of the top shelves in the world are male. So I see nothing wrong with it. Let's do our first poll of tonight. Do you feel like it is a feminine thing to give a male child? Yes or no? Is it okay, in your opinion? Is it okay to give a male child a cooking set? Simple yes or no. Everybody in the comment section. Let's see. Real quick. Real quick. Oh, Earl said yes. Let me show all the comments because I know all y'all can't see all of the comments from everybody because we're in so many different places tonight. Got our first no.
I'm so curious for the people that say no. What would be the alternative to get them if they were interested in cooking? You know what I mean?
Say that
Yeah.
again. What'd you say?
You know, like if they feel like it's not masculine and your child shows an interest in cooking, what is an alternative?
I guess a little girl who has a kitchen set.
Something's in your Sprite.
I think it's the cutest when they think they cook and they bring you something to eat, and you have to do like this. You know, y'all don't do that. Y'all be like, here you go. I'm like, what do I do with it? They need to make like baby stuff that you can actually do this and it disappears. Because I get tired of having to. Oh, it was good.
Amazon sells a granite style
That's dope.
cooking set that boys and girls can use.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that just have generic wooden ones. Like Melissa and Doug are really good for, unisex toys, life skill toys, like vacuum cleaners, money. And then I've seen some blue and gray ones that are geared towards, little boys.
Yeah.
It's April with the stainless steel for me.
Right.
You find out your baby got a better cooking set than I do. Okay.
All right, let's switch it up for this next. Let's get some different
Oh God, I
optics
can't do
going.
Dwayne. I just like to mess with them.
All right, here we go. Next question for tonight. I really wish Tim was on here for this.
Where is Tim?
I don't know where he is. I'm gonna save that one. Let's do this one. Why? Why? Tell me why. Why are men who seem to be extra emotional and vulnerable a turn on for most women? What do women like about that, in your opinion? If you do not like that from your girlfriends, what's a turn on about this for you or them that they've told you, if this is not your thing?
I've never heard of it. Have you heard of it, Mo?
See, it's the words. It's extra emotional for me.
Yeah, can you define that? Like, what is extra
I
emotional?
do like a man who expresses his emotions, but I don't
Mhm.
know if I like an emotional man.
Y'all watch Married at First Sight? Like Zach emotional or
I don't watch it.
I mean, what's extra emotional? I'm right with Mariah on this one. I definitely want a
Okay.
man
It was a
who can
question I get.
articulate
Okay. I
his
do
emotions.
like for my man to be vulnerable when it comes to me. And I'm not saying vulnerable as in weak, but vulnerable as in I'm comfortable enough to let that guard down to talk with you. I'm ready because I know I've heard a lot of men say, I'm being vulnerable right now. Like when they try to tell you something to open up, because most men don't. Because when you open up, you get mad and you turn what they told you that you weren't supposed to bring up against them or whatnot. But I do like for my man to be vulnerable and in touch with his emotions. But I don't want you to be extra emotional because as women, we can be extra emotional, and I don't want us to feel mutual. But I'm perfectly okay with my man being an emotional, in touch with his emotions and vulnerable with me. I don't want you to be emotional with others. So when you say extra emotional, I just imagine you being an emotional person all the time. Don't want
Mhm.
that. But in touch with your emotions and vulnerable when it comes to me, I'm perfectly fine with that. It makes me more comfortable. It makes me want to be mutual. If that answers that question.
Dwayne, are you emotional? Are you in touch with your emotions?
Absolutely.
In
Yep.
what way?
Frank, I think it's a scary situation when people talk about communication and being able to unpack certain things. But the only way to unpack and to communicate is you need a level of emotional awareness and you need some level of vulnerability. I don't think that either or is synonymous to a man being weak or being not able to control them. I believe that when you have both of those keys, I believe that they are success. And so for me, I'm emotional because I believe passion is emotion, right? So when I speak, when I talk, when I coach, that emotion comes out. So I don't think emotion is a bad thing. Here, let's go another round. Uh, when because we are not virgins, so when we go into the realm of having sex, we are emotional, right? Because if we've done it already, some of us are practicing abstinence or whatever the case may be. But when we have done it, we have done it also from an emotional place because we are engulfed in the person that we are with. So I don't think that emotions are wrong. I don't think that vulnerability is wrong. I think sometimes what happens is that we color it wrong, right? Because we think that, oh, he's emotional. He probably running around me crying all day, talking about, oh, I can't tie my shoes. I can't get about it. And that's not the case. Most men, most real men, we're not emotional like that. We're emotional in the fact that when we get angry, we might get quiet. That's emotion. When we get passionate, we might get excited. When we're having intimacy with our lady, we might get touchy feely, or we might get passionate in that moment. So the reality of it is emotions is perfectly right, and then vulnerability I think comes in when we as people can have conversations. Some of the best conversations I've had with individuals, especially the female component, is when they were vulnerable enough to say, hey, you know what, this is where I was right, but I'm gonna agree with you, this is where I was wrong too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I don't see anything wrong with it.
What do you do, Dwayne,
Yeah.
with a woman who tries to use your emotional side against you?
I think that's a woman who doesn't understand you. And so if I may be truthful, that's a woman that you might have to walk away from, right? I want to use this example as the best example that I can um explain it. I'm gonna say it like this. Frank, I'm very energetic.
Yeah.
I'm very passionate, right?
Yeah.
I got my hands in a lot of stuff. So there was one point in time when I was told you doing too much, right? And I felt like that was my vulnerable space because I was doing too much because of what I was called to do, right? Or what I thought I was called to do. If a woman tells you something that goes against what you know is who you are, and it's a strike against your vulnerability, I think you ought to leave her right where she stands.
Mm.
And I
Lady,
stand by that. Yep.
ladies, have you ever had a friend that just in passing, she might have sincerely meant no harm, but she talked about her man in a way because he was emotional. Some like, girl, he was crying and telling me this or that, or have you ever experienced one of your girlfriends or friends or just women in general using a man's emotional side against him to make him less than or something of that nature?
I mean, I have not friends because I mean, if you guys want me to go to where I go, I would qualify that as a silly woman, right? So I've definitely heard in beauty shop talk, but generally those are the women who they're not really connected to a man. They don't get the value of a man being vulnerable with them for them to take that and then weaponize that, right? So us kind of laughing about TV personalities is one thing, but to have a man that you have a real relationship with, whether that's dating, you're getting to know, to have him open up to you in that way, I think that it's a big deal because in general, like I do agree with Dwayne about men being emotional, but there's certain emotions that we don't generally see men express. And so when they choose to do that and women respond that way, it's like, that's how you get into the, yeah, you're probably not for him anyway, sis, right? So I
Yeah.
mean, I've definitely heard women do it, but look, my friends, my people, they don't. But most of my friends are married, so.
All right.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead,
was just
Mo.
gonna say I definitely have. I've definitely heard it. Probably when I was a little bit younger. I've heard women say, "Girl, all you want to do is cry about stuff. You a man? What you crying for? You just need to get it done." And I'm like, I'm really big on men have emotions too, and I was like that before I had my son. So that's not just because I'm a boy mom. I'm really big on like we're all human. And some things that I do, a woman might say, "Hey, that's masculine," because I'm really kind of tomboyish. So I really don't, and I know I'm a woman, you know, but I just don't do that. I don't like that because I hate when men, even with women who have sons, who say, "Hey, stop crying. You're not supposed to cry." I don't like that. It's really a big pet peeve of mine, and I try to stay in my lane when I get in certain situations, but I get emotional, and I have to say, hey, your son is a human. Okay. And if your son falls off his bike and scrapes his knee, he's going to cry, wouldn't you? So I hate when people kind of do the whole, hey, toughen up, stop crying. You're a boy. You're not supposed to cry. I don't like that because I feel like that rolls over into adulthood and they feel like, hey, I can't even be in touch with my emotions because I was raised to not be emotional and in touch with my feelings, and then that creates other problems. So I have definitely heard it many of times younger. Why is he acting like that? He's a man, but I don't agree with it. And for those of you who have boys out there, kind of be, stern on them because I'm stern on mine, but at the same time realize that they do have emotions and they are human. So yeah.
All right. Switching up again.
What do you think about it? Have you ever had a woman utilize your vulnerability against you, Frank? Your feelings?
No, I'm not that emotional.
I was going to say, I don't even think Frank has feelings. I'm just he got future feelings.
Frank
No.
got feelings. They
Yeah,
might
I
be
do got feelings. I,
they
I
might
got
be
feelings.
sparingly expressed. He got them.
Yes, I do definitely have
I agree
feelings.
with Devon. I hope I'm saying the
Uh,
name right. When guys do open up and you use it against them, it's almost like they don't trust you anymore. Like
Yep,
everything kind of
you got
conversation.
changes.
one time. You got one time.
That was me, y'all. I have to be
You
totally honest.
have you have one time to weaponize a man's emotions or him being vulnerable against him, and he'll never trust you like that again.
So true. I
Never.
agree with you. Davon.
Avon.
Sorry, boo.
They bond. We got
Hey,
it.
Davon.
We
Avon.
got it.
Sorry.
Would
But I
you
totally agree with you, Davon.
would you agree with that, Dwayne? Are you froze? Oh,
No,
okay.
he was definitely
No,
froze.
no. I was listening. Slightly agree.
Why slightly?
I want to make sure I understand what was said. So say it again, Frank, before I say what I'm gonna say.
Look,
Once you weaponize a man's vulnerability,
Yeah,
him being vulnerable, once you weaponize a man's emotionalism side to him, he will never trust you with that side of him again.
absolutely.
You have one time
Yeah, absolutely.
to
I thought
bring something up or for him to find out the way that you told one of your friends about something he told you or he was transparent about, and one of her friends bring it up, or her family bring it up, or her mama bring it up, or her
yeah,
sister
that's
bring it
true.
up, or her
That's
cousin bring it
true.
up,
That's true.
then
That's
you
facts.
dead.
You
You
did.
dead.
You did. Look, ain't no resuscitation. Do not resuscitate. do
Yeah.
not resuscitate. It's a dead situation. I mean, here's my thing. I I be trying to figure out like why women would even go that far. You know, I think it's such we live in a different generation. Like so many times I hear um stuff about how men talk to women, and how pretty much we get spanked on the head for the way that we talk to women sometimes, and I get it, but oftentimes we don't talk about these kind of conversations about how sometimes women weaponize our most vulnerable place and use it against us. And watch this, Frank. Watch this. If it's done, here's the criminalization in this moment. If it's done and you're a man and you feel some kind of way about it, men will look at you and be like, yo, boy, stop crying, yo. Just deal with it, right? And then women will also sometimes look at you and be like, uh-oh. Women will also sometimes look at you and be like, stop crying. So I think we should do a better job at just be allowing vulnerability to happen so that way we can, grow together. Tim is
Yep.
here. Jesus.
Welcome, Tim, to
we
the
all say
stage,
Tim.
ladies and gentlemen. We are at 83 people between all of the platforms. We are at 83 people. Let's bust it 100 tonight. So if you're just not coming on, I need everybody to share. If you're on Facebook and you've yet to share, I need you to share. This is a good conversation, good, vital, and crucial conversation tonight that we are having. That's good. It's good and juicy. So if you're enjoying the conversation, I need you to share. If you're on Facebook, I need you to tag somebody into the conversation. If you're on YouTube, which a lot of people are on YouTube, well, most of the people are on YouTube tonight. If you are on YouTube, I need you to share it as well. Share this by hitting a share button, hit copy, go over to Facebook, share the link, or send it to somebody's phone. Send it in a message, send it to somebody's DM. Make sure you like the video if you're on YouTube as well. And if this is your first time on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tim.
Yo, what up, brother? What's
You
up,
all right, man?
Yo, Dwayne, what up? Tashiana, what up?
What's up, man? I'm just trying to get a deep breath over here.
And then that's my best friend at the bottom. Always agree with me.
Who's that?
Catch me if you can.
Catch Mo if you can. Catch Mo. But hey, Tim,
All right, here we go. Since Tim is in the building, let's do this one. Our men,
Oh God.
We hear all the time women say, you better get you somebody that can pray. You better get you somebody that can cover you in prayer. You better get somebody that can anoint you while you sleep. You better get somebody that is spiritually in tune, especially for those of us that are in church. So Tim,
I'm glad you asked.
are men attracted to women because of how spiritual they are? Is that a turn on for you?
Well, are you asking me specifically, or are you saying men in general? Because
Both fan.
okay, well, I know men that maybe are. I've never really had a conversation like with Dwayne and said, are you attracted to such and such because she got the gift of the Holy Ghost? So I really never had that conversation. But for me, Frank, it's not really my cup of tea. People know I say it loudly, and I don't say it in a way. If it's your thing, it's your thing. And here's my reasons why, since I'm gonna go there anyway. I'm not really too kind of a prayer warrior. I don't really get involved in that. I don't really get into those. And before y'all start laughing in the comments, here's my reason why. It's the aspect of a warrior that I really don't deal with. Yes, I need her to pray. I need her to intercede for the family, and that's all wonderful. But there's a certain, since we're talking about spiritual, there's a certain spiritual aspect about the warrior that I don't like when it comes to a woman, the spiritualization, if that's a word. It's too deep. It's extra dated. And I know some of you prayer warriors out there, you look real good. You fine. It's a different type of personality that comes with the prayer warrior. And so me, no, I'm not attracted to no woman that maybe be able to preach. It doesn't move me. I'm not attracted by a woman that can lay hands, and I'm impressed. Like, wow, that's amazing that you can do what you do. But once we done with all of that, Frank, it amazes me how that passes over to the movies and how that crosses over to the dinner table while I'm watching the game, and you can feel the anointing. I'll be like, listen here. Listen here, before we even order.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Wait. Before we even order appetizer, let's listen. Let's not do that tonight because it's embarrassing. Number one, and number two, no one can even understand this these terminologies, like these words that you're using. Like, you can feel the glory in this place. You know, it's never a cutoff. It's never a turn off. In the way some of them dress, you know. Listen. And listen, ladies, if this is your thing, listen, my grandmother was a prayer warrior. Listen, without my grandmother, I wouldn't be here today. I'd probably be in the streets doing something I'm not supposed to be doing. But when you're saying when it comes to the dating, who I want to be with, I wouldn't want to be like, let me tell you why. Tashiana, because I know they rebuking me. They done got out their bed and they like, get online, Tim talking crazy. I always felt like, okay, so I'm with a prayer warrior, and because they always fighting demons, they always spiritual like it's always something, it's always a combat, it's you know what I'm saying? I'm like, is there any peace? I thought he was the Prince of Peace. It's always warfare. It's always dark music.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
You know, it's like, why is this music so? I feel like I'm about to watch a horror movie. They're like, no, this is warfare. This is warfare. This is we gotta shift something in the app. It's always something in the atmosphere. And he's like, what is? I ain't got time. So I always thought, because I said I don't want to be an embarrassment to our family, and I know I'm taking a lot of time, but I just always had to get this off my chest, Frank. But you know, I don't want to be my wife. She in the house, and when I walk in, because you can hear it from down the hallway, and she going in, and so if I'm not spiritually there, I'm gonna just come in the house faking it, because you can't see what you gotta understand. And anybody that's grew up in any type of Pentecostal apostolic circle, if you don't flow like that, you connected to some type of demon. It's either you're not spiritual enough, we gotta work on you, you gotta get to the altar, because everybody gotta get to the altar. Oh no. You know, speaking your heavenly language, it's like I'm trying to get this money. I got time, because some of the we got to get mad at me. Some of the most tongue-talking, so spiritual, most anointed, can cast demons and lay hands are some of the most.
You got a message, Tim.
Say it, Tim. Say it. Oh my God.
Are some of the most broke, some of the most bad credit, lifting their hands, telling them, yeah, I'm just waiting on you. Waiting on their credit score to change because they didn't listen to somebody say, oh, your credit gonna turn. If you just run 3 times, this is the spiritual women. You run 3 times around the church, it's gonna be a check in the mail. No, it's not. It's not gonna be there. It's not.
I'm stressed.
So me, Frank, I can't do it. You can call Tim carnal. You can call. Listen, and I'm not saying this in any boastful. I'm saying this in all humility. Okay, I've been doing this a long time. I am probably one of the most sought after musicians to travel across the world.
This is true.
To be the anointed minstrel.
This is very true.
And so I get it.
This is very true.
I don't want you to think like I'm just some anti-church, some anti-worship, some anti.
World
No.
renowned. Listen, the boy hands are oily, got anointing.
So
For sure.
it's not like I'm being a hypocrite.
For sure.
I'm-
I've been
So-
in a room where his plan has completely changed whatever was happening.
And so I don't want it to be like before they blog me and say like I'm anti this and I'm not. But if the women would be honest, they've seen this type of woman that I'm describing tonight. Y'all seen this. And I'm not saying don't be, it's got to be some type of balance. I don't want to go to the mall and I'll go to Foot Locker and I'll come out and you talking about I feel led. You ain't feel led. You did not feel led. Why are you laying hands at Victoria's Secret?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I got to get my charger, Frank. I'm coming right
Go
back.
Go ahead.
So let me pick up here because
Go ahead.
Tim has tickled me so, right? And I have a different perspective, but I'm laughing because someone did share a story with me about a young woman who went into the Mercedes dealership, and we laughed until we cried. And she said, "The Lord told me that I'm walking out of here with a new car." and the person's husband had to say, "You're gonna have to come back. The Lord should have." This is a true story. The Lord should tell you to come back because it's not happening today with the way your credit is looking, right? So I get that. But I will say this. I have experienced supernatural blessings. I believe in it. I'm Pentecostal. I believe in speaking in tongues. And I would consider myself a prayer warrior. And I also believe in balance. I also believe that the Holy Spirit gives you wisdom.
You Pentecostal?
Definitely. I grew up Kojic. Let's be real clear about that.
I thought you was Afro-Nito.
That the Holy Spirit gives you wisdom, right? He gives you when to ignore, he gives you when to speak, he gives you when to pray. And I think that the biggest thing for me in being a prayerful person is that's like to me it's a spirit, it's an attitude, right? How you conduct yourself. It's not always this loud praying in the streets, right? We know that the Lord talks about, not the Lord, but in the word of the Lord, and I'm no biblical scholar, like the Pharisee mentality, you know what I mean? And so I think that, again, that's the biggest thing that I could stress. Like, yes, prayer works, and I've seen the Lord move in a supernatural way. I'm not even gonna lie. Even today, I was praying about some things. Somebody called me. They said a 5-figure number, and I thought they were giving me an address, and they told me to look at my account, right? So though I know those things happen, do you understand? I know the Lord makes the way for me, but there's also the scripture that talks to us faith without works. And if a man doesn't work, he shouldn't expect to eat. So I think that solely being a prayer warrior in the hopes of I don't have to provide in my natural life, I don't have to treat people right in my natural life, I don't have to go to work in my to me that's like contradictory to the word of the Lord. So there's that piece. And I love Charlene. So while Tim was talking, that's the image I think that when people think of prayer warrior, like a lot of people have in their head, like, and you don't have to be like that. I would like to think that I'm pretty cool, but my friends will tell you, I'll text you a prayer in a minute. I pray in my heart throughout the day, and my prayers don't always look like bobby socks and jean skirts. Sometimes I'm like, Lord, look, I need you to touch me because I got a real bad attitude right now. And how dare I say I'm your daughter and I want people to see me first, and I got a real stank attitude, and my thing with teaching my children is you could talk to the Lord just like we're talking right now, anytime, any place. And I think that's what we really should focus on is relationship, right? That's really it. Like relationship, not religion. That's just my position.
You said you pray in your heart.
Y'all church, huh?
You said you pray in your heart.
Like to keep a prayerful heart. Like if I had to deal with the youth every day, what I'm saying? Like I don't always have to say anything. It's like, Lord, help me, because I don't want to, have to pop them.
No, you got to talk because you need direct intervention.
right, we about to change the subject.
Lord, help me now.
I had
We
to
know
get-
what you got only comes out by prayer and fasting. You do. He needs a whole prayer warrior, Tim.
Well, you the one over here with the Harriet Tubman rap around your head. I'm
Don't
trying
do
to figure
her.
out what
Don't
you
do her. Don't. We can kick you off the show in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, don't worry about it. It's the last one for the year.
We still got
Hey,
40
Dwayne,
minutes. Act right.
You will get this Memphis work now. All right,
Why do we both do this? That's horrible.
Gang.
let's talk about this. You know, there's an old saying. There's an old saying that a woman can't do what a man does and still be a lady.
Wow.
However, we're in 2021. So people may feel a little different. Specifically when it comes to how men and women date, okay? So let's just revisit the history over the past since we probably been in existence. Normally, it is okay for a young man to be somewhat promiscuous in his
20s.
in his early 20s, in his late teens, early 20s is acceptable. Even when he gets to his late 20s, early 30s, it's still acceptable for a man to be promiscuous. However, when it comes to a woman, uh when we see her with too many men,
Mm.
um
Talk
every
to me.
every year it's a new boo,
Come on, Frank.
it's a new boyfriend. Every other year it's a new man at Thanksgiving.
Come on, Frank.
Every other year she's taking down posts from somebody she had just
Come,
posted. Now next year all them pictures gone, but now it's a new boo.
come on, Frank.
Now they in matching pajamas just like she was with the other dude
Like
last
the other
year.
dude. Mm.
Now we seeing it again this year, but it's somebody else.
You walking heavy, Frank.
Can Dwayne, shut up. Can the ladies do what the men do and still be a lady? Is there still a divide in how women should carry themselves or conduct themselves? What's that sexist? Is that how would we say? Is that missing the mark when we say that a woman should not be doing those things? She should carry herself better than that. But we don't say it when it comes to men. But when it comes to women, we feel a little bit different. So is it a contradiction? I'm gonna start. Who I want to start with? Start
Please
with.
come to me first.
Come on, Dwayne. Come on with it.
You got a drum roll on your sound effects? Give me
No,
a
I
drum
don't.
roll. Let's build it up.
I don't know if I got a drum roll. I can give you. I
Yeah,
can
here
hype
we
you
go.
up.
Ladies
Come
and
to
gentlemen, here's my answer. Absolutely not. She cannot do what a man does. Absolutely not. That's my answer.
Why, Dwayne?
Because at the end of the day, there are some things that we can't do that they can do, and there are some things that we can do that they can't do, and that is just the nature of it all. Now, let me be very honest here. I don't think that we as men should be sowing our wild oats in our 20s and our 30s. However, if we've done it, if we're still doing it, here's the reality. It's a little different for us because of different parameters surrounded around sex, pregnancy, different things like that. We can't get pregnant, right? And so, as a protective nature for my beautiful queens, I don't think that it's a smart idea for them, considering that there are some things that can happen with their bodies if they, if they got Tyrone in, 2016, Billy in, 2017, they rocking off, every 3 months. I don't think that's a good look. Just me. And a lot of people saying, hey, it's a double standard. It is, but some double standards, it is what it is. There's double standards on their side. We're not going to change. It's double standards on our side. We shouldn't change. But it is what it is.
All right. Mo, come on, stir up this pot. I see you boiling up there. Come on.
I don't know what to click on first. Okay, the question is, can men and women do the same thing? Absolutely. Now, is it right? Can we? We can do whatever the hell we want to do. Okay, let's be clear. We're adults, and if you're single, you can do whatever you want to do. Now, as far as going back what Frank said about posting pajamas with this person, and then with this person next year, and with this person, that's their business. I don't look at people and say, oh, she was just with this dude or she was just with that dude. I don't do that with regular people or celebrities because that's their business. And I don't feel like just because a person moves on means that they're just out there or doing the most. I don't feel like that. Me personally, I look at it like, oh, okay, that didn't work. That person moved on. There was someone else. What is wrong with it? And if they're public and they're showing that they're committed to one person, what is the problem? I'm all for YOLO. I'm all for live your life. It ain't your go. I'm engaged, so I am very committed in my relationship. But if I was single, I would be dating. And I'm not. I'm a firm believer on going on with your life. Now, I'm gonna stay no pot. But as far as what women and men do, I think it should be standards for both men and women. I don't give men a green light to say, hey, you're a man, you can go do whatever the hell you want to do, and it's no consequences, or we don't look at you a certain way. Just like y'all look at women, we look at y'all the same way. No woman wants to look at a man and say, oh, well, you were a man, you were in your 20s, you can do whatever you wanted to do, because we get embarrassed too. Just like you don't want to be with a woman who a man can say, yeah, man, I smashed her when she was 21, 22. We don't want to be with the man that a woman can say, girl, look at he finally in a relationship. I remember he used to do this, that, and the third with everybody else. The feeling is mutual. I don't understand why men feel like we don't want you to be passed around. If y'all could have it your way, y'all wouldn't want a woman to have sex with nobody.
So are you
And that's
trying to
not
say this is Burger
realistic.
King? Are you trying to say we act like
That's
Burger
not
King?
realistic. So I feel like as adults, everyone has a past, because let's be clear and let's be truthful. Since you always want to talk, Dwayne, we're gonna use me. We're gonna use me. A woman could have that you dated in the past could have had sex with 1,000 people. She can tell you she had sex with 2 people. You wouldn't know a difference. So why do we have to penalize people for the truth?
Lil Wayne
Hey.
said it best. Women lie.
Yeah, women lie and men lie too. We heard Stevie J say it best. Deny, deny, deny. That's what he said.
But
I'm
let
loving.
me
J.
let me,
Cole,
But
J.
my
Cole
point
said,
is,
J. Cole said, she says one, that means you got to multiply by 3.
that's it. You got multiplied by 10.
but
Jesus.
my thing is this.
I hope I
I'm
hope
here
not.
ask y'all this as men. Frank,
He
Dwayne,
said, I hope
Tim. I gotta ask y'all this. When you get in a relationship, and this is a
Mhm.
serious question, do
Okay.
you really ask women what's their sex count or their partners?
No, we don't. No,
Oh,
Damn,
Why not? Why don't you? Because you don't want to know the truth?
we don't want to
don't.
know.
As
I
you shouldn't.
don't.
I feel like as you shouldn't, because like I feel everyone has a past. Whether if it's 1 or times 3 or times 13. Everyone has a past. And I feel like
But
Amen.
we as
that
men
doesn't,
don't want.
to make sense.
But we as men
I
don't want
feel
times
like
13.
everyone should have a standard.
The
I
only
don't feel
time,
Right.
the
We don't
only
want times
time,
13.
the only time I think your count becomes relevant is if it's within my circle.
Or if you had a
I don't feel that
Coca-Cola
about
bottle.
You get what I'm saying? So like if she had been with money, that would be money's my cousin for those of you. If she had been with money, that would be something that I would need to know. It
And
wouldn't
even then, that's not a
it don't
count. It's just a person that you're close to, which I agree with it. I'm really
yeah,
big on people don't have me looking away. I'm real big on
yeah.
that. and more than sex. You get what I'm saying? Just don't have me looking away, period.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like men and women should be held accountable for everything. I don't think it should be a man can do this and a woman can't, because at the end of the day, we're still gonna judge you. If you're gonna judge, you're gonna judge whether you a male or a woman. You know, do I feel like women should just be out here? No. Do I feel like men at the end of the day, it is a difference? Yes. Unfortunately, it's not fair, but that's just how it is. You know, that's just how it is. But the truth be told, that woman that you think is classy, and she now live in Colorado and used to live in Tennessee, you don't know what the hell she used to be. So we can't.
Where she used to live?
Go off what somebody says. So I
Where
feel like
she used to live?
I'm just saying. The point is,
It was still funny.
you don't know. People can handle themselves a certain way that you won't even know. But
Whatever. She
I think women should do what they want to do as single, and I think men should do what they want to do as single. And when you get in a relationship, that is what matters.
Don't get beside yourself, Dwayne. Don't get beside yourself.
Did you hear what he said, Mo? You need to focus on that.
Did you hear what he said, Mo?
No, I told him.
He was like, or currently lives in Memphis. Don't get beside yourself, because we all know that when you started speaking, I just want to point out.
But I already told you what I was going to do today.
So you did tell me, but that's okay, because I'm coming right back at you. So let's talk about how simple your answer was. That women shouldn't be like, where are you from? The 1930s? Women shouldn't be sleeping with men like that because they can get pregnant.
Here we go.
Was that not the dumbest explanation ever provided?
Hey Frank, is that an amen?
Like, men can't get pregnant, so therefore we should be whores, and take it from the word of a true cheater. Like, are you crazy?
Oh, this is what I was waiting for. You know Let's go. Let's go.
I just want to know.
Let's go.
How many kids do you
Tim,
have?
hop in here.
Yes, Tim, don't hop in here. Hey, more than enough, mama. Here's the thing. The reality of it is y'all only want to change certain double standards that best fits you guys, right? You guys have a lot of double standards. We don't come over to y'all shit and say change the double standards. Now, this one double standard, which by the way, I did say I don't necessarily agree with, but it is what it is, right?
He messed with thoughts, Tatiana, so he's comfortable.
What you say?
You mess with thoughts. Hot thoughts.
You know, here's the problem that I have with both of y'all. Y'all some judgmental church folks.
No, you mess with that. Period.
That's like, I never said that I do any of that.
Right, because you're a cheater. So we
I don't even know. That. Why did you even give me that label? Why did you give me that label?
Because
I didn't give you no labels.
You know what? I'm gonna be calm, and I'm just gonna remind you that at the very beginning of the season, you came out defending cheaters so strong that you wanted to compare gays and cheaters.
I did not
talking about the gays. You remember that? He was like, "Why do people say things about cheaters, but they don't say anything to the homosexual?"
That's not what I said. I'm not going to repeat what I said.
I just cannot.
What? I'm not going to repeat what I said because that's not what I was saying. You took it the wrong way. But that's okay. Go ahead.
We love you though.
Mela, I agree.
You got it.
We love you.
You win tonight.
We love you.
Yeah, okay.
I just think,
Yeah, whatever. Catch me.
Tim, you ain't got none?
You know what? Mo said something about a thought. And I want her to how do we define the thought?
Thank you, Tim. Thank you. Because everybody always want to talk about that.
Me personally, I don't know Dwayne personally, but if I had to judge, which I don't normally do because I kind of stay in my lane, but if we're going to judge tonight, I feel like Dwayne will talk to a woman who really doesn't have I'm not going to say standards. I'm just going to say super high standards.
And I want to know why you think that.
I just feel the way I'm judging. We don't really know. We just
judge.
Judge.
Oh, you're just judging? Okay.
Based on how you talk and how you act and things you say.
This, listen, I got to be controversial Dwayne. If I'm not controversial Dwayne, what am I here for? You know
hold on. Watch this.
You're here to be yourself, so that's who you are.
But a man that has sex with a woman or a woman that has sex with a man don't mean her standards are low.
Ooh.
I wasn't even talking about sex. I'm just saying.
Okay, so what makes a woman's standards low or a man's standards?
I think
Consider that it matters the quality of the person that you're dealing with. That's what I look
That's
at.
another
So,
question, Frank. I like these questions.
you know what I'm saying? So I guess first we would, since we're judging, first we would have to
Since we're
assess Dwayne's quality, and then the quality of women.
Frank, ask your follow-up question. Because
That
I
he
hear your
chooses
follow-up
to
question.
deal with.
What's
Well,
quality?
Let me just ask you this: if you can wait
What's
your
quality?
turn. I know that
Okay.
might be a bit much to ask, but let's see if we
I
can
ain't
do
talking
one
all
mic.
show.
Let's see if we can do that. And so quality, I think everybody gets to determine their own quality. If we just take what you've shared over the shows that you've been present for, you talk about the type of woman that you wouldn't want or you
I
want to
love
steer
this
away
shit.
from. But
I
I'm
love this
inclined to believe
I love
those
this.
might be the type of women in your inbox that you're responding to. Now, I don't know this. This is all speculation, but since we're judging and we all do it, I think that aloud you say that, I want someone who's like this, but I think you'll take somebody who's
This is
like
so
that,
good.
because it's convenient. That's
This
just
is
my
this is so good.
my opinion.
Look, he
Hey
wants
Frank,
this.
hey Tim and Frank. You
Right,
know
but
what's
I
so
like
funny?
this,
You know what's so
you know?
funny? You know what's so funny, Tim?
What's funny,
Is
brother?
she was not talking this much until she fell in love. Now all of a sudden she's army of relationships. So
He definitely was still talking as much. Don't do her.
You
Hopefully when you get in a relationship, you will.
you sound salty. I think when we return,
Tim.
I think when we return, Frank, we need to bring some
you asked
candidates
her some
on.
relevant questions then, Tim. And
What
she
kind
couldn't-
of candidates?
Yeah, I think we need to bring some candidates on for Dwayne because he seemed real salty. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I told you what I was going to do today. So
I know, and you know that I'm
loving
coming
on,
back.
I'm loving on you today. I'm
I
loving
know,
this.
and I know the type of women that
they
you
be
like. I
stressing
know
me
you like that docile, like, oh my gosh, Dwayne, man of God. And that's not me.
Hey Tim, do you
No.
hear her? This is why I love her, because she worse than court TV. Ain't got no proof, ain't got no evidence. She just court TV. She just in here like, Your Honor, they hit my car. Judge Judy said, "Where the proof?"
Well, we all heard the proof when you got all upset about being called a cheater.
Hold on. Say it again. Hold on, say it again. This how we ending the show. This how we ended the last episode. I love it.
Thank you. You see what my friend Shema said. You already know. Y'all already know how I get down.
It's just y'all two. Y'all two, are unbelievable, but that's all right.
All right, man. I hope y'all are enjoying the show tonight. If you are, and if you have not shared, please share. Please tag somebody. We are live on all platforms, all of my Facebook pages.
We are live.
And my YouTube page. So share. Please. Let's go to the next topic.
And before we go there, Frank, let me say this. Ladies, just because you ain't dropping them draws don't think you got high standards, because that's not a high standard. So we can move on.
Hold on, say it one more time, Tim.
Just because you're not dropping them draws doesn't mean you got high standards. Okay. So
okay, so let me ask you this though.
Please ask.
I agree to a certain extent, but let me
Tim, you about to get
I need that to the full extent.
Okay, I agree with that to a certain extent. But if she drop her draws real quick, does she have high standards?
Do she like sex or not? What's the problem?
No, answer the question, yes or no.
Say that again. What's the
because
question?
y'all are really quick to judge, since we're still talking about judging. You say
I'm not judging.
No. Just because she don't drop her draws, don't mean she don't have high standards. But when a woman is quick to drop her draws, can she have high standards?
She just
can have high standards.
No. Yes or no?
I say yes.
Grown. What's the problem? She grown.
I just say yes.
She's a grown woman. She can do whatever she hasn't been tricked. She hasn't been no one forced. If she dropped the draw, she's a grown woman. She did.
Who is this person right here?
If she
No,
grown,
keep this comment up. Who is this right here?
That's my
she's
friend.
grown.
That's
She's
my
amazing.
friend.
She can't be your friend because
She's
she
definitely my friend. See, I
she
talk
can
to you
think.
about quality women. I'm surrounded by them. How about
She
that?
can think.
That's
she
the
can
wife.
do whatever she
Right
wants.
there, that's the
She's
wife.
a thinker. I love her.
Why is it in a situation
That's
where
the
men
wife.
can do it and women can't?
Because
Miss
here's the problem.
Jones, hope Raymond Jones coming back up. That was amazing. I want to make sure that the
The
world.
reason why I'm making this point is because when we talk about high and lows, it's always surrounded by sex. So
It
we
is.
say, we'd say, Dwayne, the only reason you talking like this because you deal with some thoughts.
No,
so
that's
we
what
were
we said. We said if we had to see what he talked to, we would say that.
Well, when you say thoughts, you're not dealing with her level of education. You're not.
People supposed to know what thoughts all the time.
We include all of that. Thoughtism.
My point is this.
It's
This
not
is my
just
point.
limited to
Tim,
sex.
Okay.
You just sat here and said.
I'm done. Go ahead.
I love you, Tim.
But no, listen, Tim, you just sat here and said
They
that
got
if she
nothing
has
for
sex
you,
on the
Tim.
first night, she can very much so have high standards and she's a grown woman, correct? So why do we say men can have
talking with
sex
your
with
hands
whoever
in
they
my
want, but a woman can't? And we're like, why is that? Why isn't it equal in that point?
Who said that?
Dwayne.
What did I say?
Or did he?
No, I didn't.
Nobody said that.
Yeah, look at you. Look at you. Y'all just throwing stuff on me. I feel like Jesus over here. Y'all just trying to accuse me of something.
So we all in agreement on that? We all feel like we're all equal? Because Dwayne definitely was like, women can't do that.
Well, that's what I
was stirring up the pot. The reality.
That's what I was talking about. That we really can't take Dwayne's position serious because he's a cheater, and he and he combated.
Yo, ever since I said that one little comment, Frank.
Hold on, and you combated the question at hand by basically saying men could do it, but women couldn't because we could get pregnant. I just thought that was simple. That was silly.
Did I say just
one
pregnant?
at a time? We can be pregnant one at a time, and you can have 10 babies out here. So that was
funny.
Yeah, you did say that. Bro.
You definitely said that.
I want to rile them up.
Real quick. Naturally, just for the people in the comments, naturally, do men respect women more when they don't have sex on the first night? Or is it just, if you have sex on the first night, you grown, we did it, it's cool, whatever, I still like you, still want to date you, still want to get to know you? Or do you look at that other woman who kind of just held out and kind of, not even held out, just didn't give it to you the first night? Do you respect that more, or their respect is on the same
Can I
level?
say something respectfully? For men, it's for us, it's more of a vibe, right? And if we're feeling her, regardless if it happens first night or the 253rd night, of the year. Tim, stop laughing. Whether it happens the first night or if it happened the 253rd night, if it's a vibe and we like you like that, no matter when it happens, we still gonna be around, right? And so it's just gonna depend on who the male is and who the woman is. I'm not saying that I'm praising an individual more because she held out. Now biblically, because I'm responsible, for what I believe through the Bible. Okay, yes, we hold out until we get married. But if that doesn't happen and we fail, I can't say I respect her less. No, because respect, this goes back to Tim's point that he was making. Respect isn't determined just around sex. Standards are not just determined around sex. We make everything determined around sex, standards, respect, i.e., whatever else. And if we're gonna judge everything around that contraband, then I think we're gonna lose all the time. We're gonna lose.
And then the other thing, though, to consider, Mo, that if men consider, like, I do think, like you said, I agree, like nobody really wants anybody who's been passed around that's from the streets. But if men really thought about sex that way, wouldn't there be, more women who practice celibacy and abstinence who are married? And that's why I tell women, like, when women are like, I'm abstinent, that doesn't, you refraining from sex, sis, does not necessarily make you a better candidate for
or version.
And
Or
that
version.
too.
That
That too, right? So I think sometimes people look at that like, oh, I've been a virgin or I'm celibate and I'm not in a relationship. But this girl over here, she's been with, because it's not about that. It's the reason why people, talk about not having kids versus a woman who has kids. Like
Right.
I do agree with that. We have to look at other things. It's not weighted on this one thing. It's the reason why, sis, over here, you have 4 degrees and you make 6 figures. And then this quality man chose homegirl who's the executive assistant making $22,000 a year, because it's like more to relationships and quality than just sex, than just money. Even just being a prayer warrior,
status, whether you can speak in tongues, it's more to that. And I think and this is the one time I'm agree with more than enough sugar mama. I mean more than enough mama.
You wish you could get somebody mama to give you some sugar, but go ahead.
This is, oh Lord, she is fired up. See, we had a pregame. Hey Frank, we had a pregame talk, and I said tonight I'm gonna come for you. I'm gonna just disagree with you regardless, even if I agree with you. And she just still acting up. She's still giving me the blues. That's why I'm never having a pregame.
All right, let's see how different we are. I saw a question from our first timer tonight, Miss Davon. The question is, would Dwayne date a woman if she had the exact same past as him? And I want all of the men to answer this question. Dwayne, would you?
Yeah.
Tim, would you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Yes.
Somebody asked me.
Ray, would you? I mean, Frank, would you?
Hell no.
One man was honest.
Hell no.
Honest.
Why you say one man was honest?
Absolutely not. I would
I
not.
can't divulge information.
Right.
But I'm about to say all I can say.
I would not. And then she said, if not, why is that fair? Baby, life ain't fair.
So Tim,
fair.
you just said the same thing I just said in a different way.
If a woman has the same pass as me, I'm sorry. It's a hard pass.
See, I'm a little different with that because
you're not real and honest.
No. I am being real and honest because I feel like, how can I, if she's good to me, remember I just said about the way we feel, right? If she's good to me and I am feeling her, and this was a pass, and I'm no longer, whatever. I'm gonna try to
Don't
just
be
be cool.
Don't be salty.
Yeah, amen. If
you can't even get it out.
Yeah, because that messed me up right there. Because I don't like stuff like that. Like at the end of the day, if she's honest about where she is, who am I to judge her on her past? I think we become hypocritical, right? And I'm not talking about Frank. I'm just saying in general.
I don't care if you talk about me.
Okay, I know you don't. But
my answer gonna stay the same.
You still gonna say no? I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
I think we become hypocritical when we say, "Hey, don't judge people of their past," but still didn't judge people of their past. That's a hypocritical behavior. And so I'm not hypocritical. I'm more than enough to accept the fact that I may not like it, Mariah, but if she's good to me, and if she is a wonderful woman, at the end of the day, then I'll embrace it, deal with it, and get over it and keep it moving.
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Oh, Frank.
I really do not believe you.
No, I'm being serious. I can't divulge some information. I can say this. Yeah, I dated somebody like that. So
hey, Frank, the reason why a lot of the women, and I'm saying the women on the chat, is agreeing and saying that you were honest, and like me and Dwayne were not honest, is because they really can't handle a man with a past.
Bingo.
But I mean, most men have a past.
No. Hold on.
No.
Can we agree that most men do have a past, and we do have to deal with it?
Right.
So my thing is, so here's the question then. So if y'all can deal with it,
that was the question.
No. If y'all can deal with it, then why is me and Tim lying then?
That was the question.
If y'all can deal with it, why can't me and Tim deal with it?
That was the
because
question.
y'all just Y'all
That
just
was
condemn me for saying
Do
that
most
men
men
and
have a
women
pass?
shouldn't be separated. See
Do
the
most men
hypocrisy?
have a pass? Yes or no?
Say what?
What? If you do most men have a pass?
Yeah,
Most.
absolutely.
Everybody
Absolutely.
has a pass.
So
No,
what we're
we're
asking
talking
is
about that type
if
of pass. We're
but
talking
what
about
we're
that
asking
type
is
of
if
pass.
women
Everybody
have
has
a
a
pass.
pass.
Here's my thing. If women have a pass, then why in the world are we being beat up for saying that we're gonna give a woman that same pass that you would give us? If
Okay,
most
well, let
men
me
cheat?
just say this, right? So, first of all, when we talk
Ladies and
about
gentlemen, I rest my case. That's why you can't mess with Johnny Cochran.
no, you got all excited, put the arms down for no reason, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Hey Frank, go back to that.
You said,
other
why
comment.
is it? It's because this. First, we assume that most men have a past, and we talk about a past, that y'all are reformed hoes, right? That just kind of comes with the territory. We just make that assumption, whether it's true or
Reformed
not.
what?
There's that part. Reformed whores, okay?
Jesus.
So there's that part. Then the other piece is this. You talking about why we don't believe you. Why we don't believe you? Because generally, if it's probably the reason why you don't want to know how many people we've been with, because in y'all's mind, even if it was well before you ever knew we existed, us being with somebody else is a problem. Not a problem, but a problem. The other piece is if women did the same things that men do, like, here I go again, I'm going to beat the dead horse. You're a cheater. I would venture to say that if a woman cheated on you, you probably wouldn't forgive her and take her back. Now, how many times have you been cheated on and taken back? That's just my opinion. I think when it comes to men overall, men cannot take what they dish out. That's just my experience. That's what I've seen out here in these streets, that y'all couldn't take it. We can't even talk to a guy and say hello for too long, or we loose. You know what I'm saying? Y'all peeping and right now, I don't know how Tim is. I won't put this on Frank because Frank was honest. I'm definitely going to target you, the perfect gentleman, very directly. That I would venture to say that you couldn't take what you dished out as a cheater.
Hold on.
Well,
I
one
want to
thing I
hop
can-
in there. I want to hop in. Hold on. I want to hop in here. Well, so first of all, let me tell you what I
We know
can't
she's
take.
not a
Let me-
prophet of the
Let me
Lord.
specify what I can't take. Generally in relationships, I have not been a cheater. Okay, for a simple reason, I have not had that many girlfriends. Someone who was officially my woman. Okay, I haven't had many of them. Can probably count on one hand how many of those I have had since I was 16. Okay, however, outside of the realms of relationship, my past, I have done my thing. I've had my share of ups and downs
Ah!
when no one was around.
Lord.
So yeah, so that's what I mean by I could not, knowing the things that I did. I could not be with a woman who did those same things. I just could not. And I'm honest about that. And I don't mind saying that. It is a double standard. Just for me, I just have this thing where, now this is gonna sound crazy, but just for me, I just still feel like sex for a man and woman is different. I just feel like that. That's just my thoughts. Nothing is, I mean, those of us who are straight, those men who are straight, nothing is entering into us. Yeah.
I don't agree, Jaleisha.
So
I'm sorry.
that's just how I
Personally,
feel.
I do not agree
It's
with it.
just
I do
different
not
for
agree.
us. So that's just how I feel about it. What did
she say?
Jaleesa say?
She said, well, it's a difference when women cheat, because when we cheat, that means we're really over the guy we're dealing with. When a man cheat, he may just want to hit the girl, but don't want her. I do not agree with it.
See, let me get out of this conversation tonight.
This is what
I'm
I
getting ready
hate,
to
and this
bid y'all
isn't just
farewell.
personal. I just don't like it when men say that if you're having sex with him, you're emotionally attached. I do not agree with it. And that's what a lot of men try to say. Well, I had sex with her, and I just had sex with her because I just wanted to have sex with her. You had sex with him. You must like him. You must be emotionally attached with him. I do not agree with it. Why do you all feel like that? I don't agree with it.
Because it's the same thing y'all just did to me.
My
It's
thing
a
is,
double standard.
if we can't tell a
I'm
man,
proving my
if we
point.
can't tell a man how you're feeling when you're doing stuff, how are you all gonna tell us as women how we feel?
So
you
this
don't
is what
want
I'm
us to tell y'all how you feel as a man, but y'all are so quick to tell us you only having sex with him because you're
Hey
emotionally
Mo,
attached.
we didn't tell you. The comments told
Not
you.
you, men do. You
See,
get what
hey
I'm
Mo,
saying? So
hey
I
Mo. See,
I don't agree with
really,
it.
I really don't have all those woman dollar loose conversations. You know, when I'm in a relationship with a one, I don't really. It's just too much. I mean, grown is grown. What happened, it happened. And here's my thing, Frank, because you know, I'm a man of excitement. So if she tell me her past,
Yo, bring her up. She says too much to type.
hey,
Tell her to call in.
Hey Frank, if she tell me her past, if she just want to tell me her past, and she said this is what I used to do, and this how I'd be like, dang, I'm in good hands. I don't necessarily.
You know what, Tim? Hey Tim, to bounce off of that,
Who am I to
to be
judge?
honest, for me, I don't want a man who only dated and had sex with 3 women. I want an experienced man.
Hey,
Like it's just me personally, because
Oh, look out. Your sister over here. Look out.
that's just
Uh-oh.
me.
Uh-oh.
I
She's
know,
gonna speak in
especially if
tongues.
my man is gonna be older than me. I want you to be experienced. I want you to have turned the block a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want y'all don't point at her. That's rude.
I'm sure y'all can keep pointing.
No. You can't defend her. She been beating me up all night.
I'm not your friend.
You can point at me. It don't
I'm
matter.
trying to do my thing, and she just sit.
I don't want no dirty.
Tim,
I don't want. Which way do
Go
I
the
go?
other way. The other way. Yeah, there you go.
I want my man
You
to
like
turn
this.
the block a little bit. So I'm not gonna lie. Come experienced. Okay.
That's all I'm saying. Because listen,
I love you, girl. You know
all
I
them
do.
women empowerment classes, YouTube videos. No, there's nothing like real experience. And I'm not saying go drop the drawers tonight so you can get you a Dwayne. That's not what I'm
All my life I had to fight. Hey, listen. Here's the thing, though. Hey, Mo, what you just said, though, the point about why did we do that? Why did people do that to women? The reality of it is, and that's what my point was earlier. I was being facetious earlier, but at the end of the day, my point was every double standard we do to each other, and then we don't like it, and we were like, because the reality of it is you saying not every woman is moving in the emotional space where I'm emotional and I have sex. You're saying that some women just do it because they just want to do it. They like it. And guess what? I agree with you. But this is my problem with everything. We have created narratives behind stuff where everything is a double standard. And that's the reason why I said what I said earlier to get us back to this point. And the point was, I don't believe the comment that I said earlier. I just said that to ruffle her feathers up there. But the reality of it is those double standards, see how those double standards work all the way around? And we just exposed them. We just exposed.
No, we just exposed you, and now you're
Right.
trying to change.
And how convenient. Spoken like a true cheater. You know how to spin the story and everything else.
Hey Frank, I want to make this declaration.
But you know what?
Decide to bring me back next season.
What to say with
make sure you got a different co-host.
They'll go talk to the woman who isn't that experienced, and then go mess off with somebody who is, because the woman who's experienced is not pleasing them the way they want to be pleased.
No,
you get what I'm saying?
No, the problem is, Mo, is when you're dealing with high mileage, it gets a little tricky.
I'm gonna go to bed.
And so sometimes, I don't think he's cheating because he got to cheat. It's just when he go in, he don't. It's like I don't know what's going on in here. It's been tapped too many times.
Yo, are we on Facebook too?
And I wish people.
We are on all platforms tonight. We are on all of my Facebook.
No wonder, because I was like, yo,
go press share on Facebook. Now it's more people on YouTube, but we are on Facebook on all of my platforms. Where did Mo go? I don't know. I don't know if her phone went dead or nothing, but she completely is out of the
why am I missing certain comments?
And we here waiting on. We probably gonna go a little long tonight because this is the last one of the year. So buckle your seat belts up. Go ahead and share if you have not shared. We got quite a bit of ways to go. We're having fun tonight. Whoever want to get off can get off, but we here tonight. We here.
Let's go.
I fell off, y'all. I was laughing.
And I just want to say this comment, you know, I don't want it to be misconstrued. I don't think that just because somebody's has a lot of experience or they might be a cheater, that, you know, they are better in bed. I just don't think that. And for me, even with all the experience, like everybody's different. So there still has to be a level of teaching and coachability. So you know what I like, I learn what you like. But you know, being a cheater, you know, doesn't necessarily mean.
Hey, what we need to do, we need to try to find some of Dwayne's exes and
Oh, don't do it.
That's gonna be the season opener.
Somebody said, "Well, Mo back. They was about to do something."
They said, "Don't be coming for me because Mo was gone." That's what they said.
Oh,
I don't like that last.
I would be in the comments if something would have happened. Don't worry. Dwayne, are you a cheater? Let's
I know my cousin and told me to stop calling you a cheater.
Let's just settle this. Are you a cheater?
Tell her thank you.
He's a man. He said, "Stop calling that man a cheater." My men and lady cousins is in here.
Tell him I said thank you.
He can't even answer the question.
I didn't hear your question.
You see what I'm saying? He's a cheater. Avoidance. That's like
I didn't hear your question.
Experience definitely.
Miss, you on the screen. Would you put the pronunciation of your name in the comment section so we can? Don't do that.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I just wanted to joke. She like.
I said, stop calling Dwayne a cheater, y'all.
Thank you.
Y'all don't know.
Dwayne, are you a cheater?
Cousin.
No,
you know, I call him when I see him.
Have I cheated before? Yes. Am I cheated? No. But
he's reformed. You know, people be like, I'm a born again virgin.
How can you cheat if you're not married?
What?
Oh my God.
Hey, Tim, you hear that question?
Every time, it always proves my point.
Hey, Dwayne, I never understood premarital sex. How is it premarital if we got married?
I'm saying, how can you cheat? Because cheating is adultery. You can't get adultery in a relationship that you're not married with. Y'all hate the thought-provoking question.
You're a cheater, bro.
Hey, look, hold on, go back, Tim.
You need a break.
Somebody said that was deep. I'm telling you.
Listen, you tune in to Frankly Speaking. It's the hottest show you can find on a Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Central Time, 10 p.m. Eastern. If this is your first time, thank you for tuning in tonight. I need you to hit that share button because even though they miss most of the conversation, they can still watch the replay. We are live on Facebook and YouTube, man. We still in the middle of the conversation.
Hey,
go ahead.
My family said, y'all stop calling me a cheater every episode.
Well, your family ain't into the comments, so we didn't see it.
They watch it.
They need to comment, then we'll think about it.
That part, Mo.
All right.
Go back to Mo comment.
We finna move on.
Frank, that's a great question, Frank.
What was it?
Hey, are you necessarily cheating in a relationship that you're not married in?
Do what you want to do to others. Would you want your girl sleep on somebody else because y'all not married?
I didn't say it wasn't wrong. I said, is it necessarily considered cheating?
Yes, I think it's cheating.
What would another word be,
I believe that once you have made an agreement, whether that be verbal or on paper, once you have made an agreement to be exclusive with someone, if you step outside of the realms of that is indeed cheating. That is being a liar. That is not meeting your verbal
Frank,
standard word. You have an oral contract.
Well, Frank, hey Tim, all contracts now that churches fail to hear by Tim, please make sure we use Frank's words to describe the fact that they did not fulfill their contract with musicians predicated upon his definition.
And let me.
I agree.
Let me piggyback off what you said, Frank, for all the amens in the room. Until there's a conversation, a verbal conversation, written or not, sex without a conversation doesn't mean a relationship.
That's
That
facts.
part is true, but
That's
that ain't
facts.
what Dwayne's saying. And with this being the last show, can we just, I wish I would have known, because we could just recap. I wish we could play back the reel. So, ladies, at the end of the show, do not be inclined to get in his inbox to try to change his mind and just chat, because he already done told you what he's about. This is a person who says he's doing you a favor when he's honest. You understand what I'm saying? This is a person who says, is it really cheating? I'm gonna start calling this slippery slope, brother. Slippery slope.
Because I asked you an intelligent question. It's an intelligent question.
Well, I think intelligent people ask intelligent questions. So how you gonna pull that one off?
It's an intelligent question. You gotta because you
see, that went over your head.
You quote so many Bible scriptures.
Somebody said
but the Bible does not even honor a committed relationship. We honor them as humans. And so if we're going to be intellectual and not emotional, then intellectual cheating cannot possibly be in a relationship that hasn't even been honored by God, because you're just technically come on, Bible reader, because you wanted to quote the Bible. So let's quote the Bible. The Bible doesn't talk about boyfriend and girlfriend, man friend, woman friend. It only talks about marriage.
Oh, well, that was real cute. While you were slapping the,
so at the end of the day, no, because I dumb me down, folks. So let's have an intellectual conversation.
Yes,
I agree with Frank in saying that if you can't honor the commitment, then you should have never walked into it. It's you're lying, or you're conniving, or you're manipulating an individual. I absolutely agree. But per the Bible that me and you read, since you quote the scriptures a lot, right?
I do.
The Bible that we read, cheating or adultery is only predicated upon marriage. You can show me anywhere else in the Bible that is predicated upon boyfriend and girlfriend.
Let me respond to him, since he want to talk about me in scriptures. You're right, because I had talked about it earlier.
Go ahead, Frank. This is your show.
I have talked about you earlier, and there's this thing called balance. So you are very true and correct. I definitely do quote the scripture. So there's that part. But the other side of that is I'm also a woman who lives off of balance. And if you want to bring the scripture in, there's this one thing that says, let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. So we're not talking about cheating up. Don't cut me off, because I didn't cut you off that part. So we're not talking about, and I know you might be getting a little emotional right now, but I'm asking you if you could, if you could learn.
That has nothing to do with the relationship.
Right.
And we're going to quote it. Understand the text. Go ahead, Frank. That has nothing to do with the relationship.
No, it's go ahead, Tatiana.
Right, we know, because that's the type of men who ask questions but then can't take the answer, because
quoting something that has nothing to do with the relevance. If you want to argue moral, I'll go with you on the moral tip. That is morally wrong. I can't. Don't present it as if it's wrong biblically, because it's not there. It's not.
But my guy. At what point did I ever say that cheating in a relationship, a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, was biblically based? I never said that. But see, like a cheater, that's what you try to do. And see, maybe you dealing with a woman who's simple, because even now you've asked a question and you can't even keep your mouth quiet enough to listen to the answer. If you a cheater, just say that. We already know that.
In circles that I call those circles out. You always trying to trying to paint a picture, and when I depaint your picture, you have nothing else to say. Let your yea be yea, your nay be nay. That got nothing to do with what I'm talking about right now.
But guess what? The only person on the panel, why I know you think that you're on one. Go off.
Nothing to do with it.
Go off. You emotional, right?
No, I'm perfectly fine. I'm having a conversation with you.
You are, because you asked a question and didn't
worst
even have enough
self-discipline to
Let me say this.
I'm the worst deflector. I'm really.
Let me cut through the middle of the field. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm like, you ask a question and don't even have enough self-discipline to wait for an answer. Nobody on this panel, can you mute this guy? Nobody on the panel said anything about boyfriend and girlfriend relationships being biblical. It's just good moral standards, honesty. But as a cheater, you don't get that principle, because you're also the person who thinks that you're doing somebody a favor by being honest, right?
Thank you so much.
So that don't have nothing to do with Jesus. Stevie Wonder took you through that one.
You gotta think.
Let me cut the.
Thank you.
So I think I agree with Tatiana on some, and I agree with you, Dwayne. When I don't know where the Bible came in. Did she mention the Bible?
I don't know where the Bible came in
I
at either.
did
That's what I'm about
reading
to
from
say.
the
Oh, I
book,
was just
I don't know
listening,
where the
understanding
Bible
all
came
that didn't
in.
bring up.
I don't
if
know
she,
how we got on the Bible.
Just like we got on the gays when we were talking about, whatever. He just bring up
but
whatever, whenever.
here's the thing. I believe there's rules. I believe that there is an overall agreement on rules to dating relationships that we have created here. Like America, we can't really. It's going to be very hard to culturally deal with how we deal with our relationships and then run to the scripture. But that's just a whole nother conversation. I think we panelists, we can agree that if you are in a relationship, uh, and if it's physical, if it's mental, and you do something that's dishonorable in the relationship, I think we all have to agree, without going too far left, that is considered cheating under just the guidelines of respect of how we deal with relationships. I do, and Wayne, I'm not coming against you because I agree with a lot what you said, but I do agree a whole lot of what Tatiana said as well. Now I don't know how the Bible came in,
So
and
what Dwayne did say was, as far as adultery. Now, if you want to give it a name, yes, adultery is considered going outside of your marriage. Cheating is not even mentioned in the Bible. Period. However, as Tim just specified, when it comes to the bounds of keeping your word, if you've said something, keep that something.
yeah,
That I think we could technically use. I mean, how can you love? God says, "How can you love me if you can't love your brothers and sisters whom you've seen?" So I think that would be being dishonest, dishonorable, even in the eyesight of God. If even if it's just a verbal agreement and not
but,
on paper. That's just my thought.
but you know what, Frank? In his defense, since he had brought it up, I have to agree with him because oftentimes when we deal with relationship, sometimes out of context, we try to bring scripture into our relationships out of context. So to be
All the
honest,
time. All the
so
time.
and I'm not black. I swear this is not heresy, and don't call me a blasphemous feminist person. This is not what I'm doing. But it's not good sometimes to deal with Moses and Solomon's relationship and Boaz and Ruth, and then you try to bring it into a 2021 culture or different mindset because it's going to be very tough. Now, if you just want a Boaz that really don't want your ass, I get it, but it's really not going to work.
Oh,
And I get we waiting on God. I know all that's wonderful. You know, it's a promise over your life,
oh.
and your man is a couple. You know, he on his way to you, and that's wonderful. And you shout, you give him some praise, cool. But when you're dealing with scriptures, you got to be very careful not to uh, create your own theory and your own text and then come to the word and try to find something in the scripture to fit what you're saying and then make that a context. No.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I just think I do think we have to be careful and and our word has to mean something. That's why my family knows that if I call someone my woman, they know this is who I'm with because I'm slow. I'm slow to call just anybody my woman, mainly because number one, as Dwayne was saying, I mean that type of agreement is not biblical. However,
That's
we
right.
where we are, we don't date, we don't do marriage like they did then. They were much younger. They would get married in their teens. Their marriages were arranged. And so our culture, our lifestyle is not like that. We go through life, we go well into adulthood dating and before we're married. So we have to have some kind of moral compass that guides us in that. And I think keeping your word is see my auntie on here. That's my auntie, y'all. That's my mama's sister. They know that if I say this is my woman, then I'm with her. I've designated her as my one because I don't call everybody my woman. I've
Right.
yeah. So I think we must be as men, we must be honorable with our word. We must keep our word. Don't
See, Frank, what we got,
yeah.
what's happening now is Tashiana is not letting her guards off of Frank. So she's very attentive to every word that he says because she is not convinced. And so whenever he says something that she believes is false doctrine, she she muting us all, and she dealing with him because she is so that Dwayne is you a cheater? We got to get this out. And
Dwayne, answer the question, man.
I already answered it.
What you say?
Ask,
I don't say what he said. He said,
Yeah.
I've cheated in the past, but I don't cheat now.
Okay.
To which I
So
respond,
he's been delivered.
people saying
Can we
they're
let
born
Tashiana
again
talk?
virgin. I'm just saying to which, I reply, it's like people saying they're born again virgin. The only thing I was saying, while we all agree that Dwayne brought up the Bible, I didn't. And since you wanted to go there and I did bring up the scripture, the only thing I was saying was let your yes be yes and your no be no when it comes to communication. Why you wanted to say that it wasn't related to relationships. So if you say, yes, I'm in a relationship with you, honor that. And you want to talk about that wasn't in context. The Lord was very clear when he spoke about that is when you say that you're going to do something, do it. Don't put it on anything or anyone else to try to make it more true than what it is. Basically, keep your word. That's all I was saying. And so since you want to go there, if you want to go there, we can always go there. Dwayne, you know what I'm saying? But I love you anyways. And I just want to apologize. I mean, I really, I should have just let you have it because really
What are you apologizing for?
talking.
What
I'm
are you
going to tell you
apologizing for?
if you let me finish.
I don't do
So
that.
I'm not apologizing to you.
Oh yeah, please
I'm
don't.
just apologizing
I got more to
really
give.
nobody should get that type of energy
So
from me but my name. That's all I was
please
saying.
don't. I got more to give.
I'm not. Oh, I'm definitely not apologizing to you. I don't see that in my
Just
future.
wait.
I'm gonna let you have it.
Just wait. Don't do it.
Listen, those of you that are on YouTube, this is very important. I need you to like
just
the
wait. I
video.
got
Like
more
the
to give.
video if you are on YouTube. That helps our algorithms, that helps us be seen by more people. There are 92 people on the live right now. 92 people on
92? Yo, we
between
ate
all of the platforms. So
Oh,
let's keep it going, man. I'm having fun with this
How
conversation.
how long can you go on here? Do
We
you have,
can go however long we can go.
oh no, I'm just
We
saying
need
you don't have the 2 hour
we
mark,
need
right?
8 more
Yeah,
people.
I'm not worried about trying to replay it. It's just gonna be
Okay.
what it's be.
All right, cool beans. What
Um,
other
8 more
questions you
people.
got so that Harriet Tubman above me can come for me?
Tim, if anybody got to go out and stand, just hit me in the private chat. I see it.
We good. I'm here for this tonight.
I bet. Here we go. Let's go.
Oh, Mo
Let's get
trying to
juicy.
go.
Let's get juicy. Do women take cheaters back only because they too have been unethical and the man just doesn't know yet?
I think
Have
it's
you ever
only
seen?
right to allow Dwayne to start off.
Have
Well,
you
you
ever
should
seen a woman
because
that's?
you know me, so you should. You know me well. Go ahead.
I don't
You
know if
start
y'all
with that.
remember, but when this stuff happened with, I'll just say Buff Dude and his wife, and there was one particular picture, and everybody was posting the meme that said, "I know when a woman and got her lick back."
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I won't mention his name. But yeah, they
Look at your comments, Mo. Look at
the Buff Dude who do all the the inspirational talking in his car.
Oh,
Jackson.
Uh,
and with the wife with the bonnet.
yeah,
I
and
got
and everybody was like, I know when a woman and got her lick back, and that's why she's standing next to him like that because she already got her lick back. So, do you feel that women
I think
take
she got her
cheaters
lick
back because they're doing their dirt on the low themselves, and so that's why they're so forgiving?
Mm,
Just random thoughts to throw out there that we
mm.
can talk to this.
I'm gonna say yes and no. I'm gonna say no because I've been cheated on and I wasn't doing my dirt. Okay, so I can honestly say from my point of view that no. I have been cheated on and I took that person back, but we also have to consider that cheating isn't a deal breaker in every relationship. Okay. Some people don't look at if my man cheats on me, I'm gonna leave him. Some people say, hey, no, if my man gives another woman money, I'm gonna leave him. And they don't even have to be sexual. So that isn't always a deal breaker in a relationship. So I'm gonna say I definitely got cheated on before. I wasn't doing any dirt, and I did take that person back because I was highly invested at the time. And for me, it's something that we can get past. Now, on the other hand, I do know that plenty of, I mean, I'm gonna say plenty, that sound bad, but I do know women that's been like, you know what? I did do this, and let's be honest, most people take everything to the grave. And you know what? He did that. I'm gonna play victim. Okay, we still gonna play victim. We're gonna play victim, act like you hurt me, but I'm gonna take you back because I know what I did. That's very that's realistic. It happens all the time. So I'm gonna say yes and no because I've been on the no side of the fence and I've seen the yes side numerous times. So, but on the flip part, men can't do that. If you cheat, they don't care what they did. They're gone.
Hey Frank, I got a testimony. So I was with this woman. Man, she was fine, man, and yeah, I made a mistake, and um, she cried. She did everything in the book. I mean, she went on Facebook Live, rebuking the enemy.
Victim.
I'm not this and I'm not that, blah blah blah. Until I realized that me and her Facebook page was connected. Take a drink of water because I'm just this is just coming back to my memory. So
We're gonna have to go beat her up.
she told everybody. She called my mother. She called my grandmother when she was living. I'm talking about crying like never before. Only for me to find out that she was doing the exact same thing.
She messy.
And it amazed me how, and I know some women out there, even on this line, that have cheated on that level. Where after you caught him, you cried and was like, you couldn't believe this.
Because it still hurts.
Did you hear the justification?
No, I'm saying, let's be honest. It still
Did
hurts.
you hear the
Let's be
justification?
human.
This is why I'm like this.
Okay. Prime example.
That's why I'm like
When
this.
men cheat, like Dwayne, well, in the comments, somebody said, men cheat, they go kiss, they don't think nothing of it, they just want to have sex. You're cheating. If your girl cheats on you, your feelings are gonna be hurt. Right or wrong? Dwayne, when you cheated, your feelings won't hurt. But if you get caught, all of a sudden,
My feelings were hurt.
I'm just gonna go mute.
Huh?
No. All jokes aside, the one girlfriend that I did, my feelings were hurt because she didn't deserve it, and we had actually a good vibe. We had a good situation. Now, prior to that one, they were not hurt, but in that one, yes.
I cheated because he cheated, but I still was hurt.
Dang, that was honest.
I mean, if you cheat on me and we're not married, I'm leaving. But hey, I think I can't.
Beyonce didn't get her hit back
that we know of.
How y'all?
They say it's only cheating when you get caught. I mean, I don't agree with
you. Okay, I'm about to say, Mo. All right. You starting to sound
Jay-Z has not caught Beyonce.
You starting to sound like Dwayne.
Hey, Mo, come on.
Mo, you starting to sound like Dwayne.
We gotta be honest. We can't just say Beyonce hasn't cheated because she's Beyonce? Because she gives
we don't know.
No, because she gives this good girl image. You know, who knows? How can we say Beyonce didn't get her lick back? Because she hasn't been caught?
Possibly. Proven until guilty. That's the American way.
Okay.
Oh, this is a prime.
Y'all get my man coming on here. I'm muting.
Hey, this is a prime example of Frank. I was dating this same woman, right? And hey, Frank, I was dating the same woman, and she used to always send me Derek Jackson's posts. It was
Talk about it, Frank. What she used to send you, man?
Derek Jackson's post talk about this type of man that I want, and this is the type of man I need, and you need to like he was my spiritual father. Until everything happened with him. And so again, we can't just like Mo said, just because we got the beehive and we got everybody following these people and just saying we just love who they are in the public eye, don't mean they clowning behind the door. Derek Jackson was a clown. And he's sitting there strong arming this woman on the talk about stop it. Stop. I wish, you know what? Let me tag her and tell her to come on this live.
Do men get their legs back, or do y'all leave? Or do you get your leg back, then leave?
I don't know.
If you're truly faithful and you haven't cheated, or if you have cheated, now that's two different situations.
We probably would leave.
I'm a leave.
Yeah, we probably would leave.
And then get my lick back after I've left.
Okay, so if you were cheating, hypothetically, and you found out your girl was cheating,
let me speak in past tense.
Okay.
I would leave if that was to happen to me. I would leave back in the day. I would leave and then get my lick back. Yeah, ask me how.
Yeah.
She got friends.
I'm about to say, you gonna go sleep with her friends, huh?
She got friends.
Yeah.
She got family.
Family, love.
Hey, it is what it
Your
is.
lick back.
That was then though. That was the old Frank. That was. I'm not like that.
Dwayne frozen with a grin.
Having a that's so right.
Still get down like that to this day. I wish Frank had
I'm smiling because Frank had a transparent moment, and I like it. It wasn't translucent. You know, you have a lot of translucent moments.
I could never mess with a guy's family member or friend, no matter how bad you cheated on me. But that might be the woman in me.
Listen.
I just can't.
See,
hey, but you do know some women have gone there, though, Mariah.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I just wanted to hear you say that. You know, because you're not. I'm every woman that's following me, so you know.
I'm gonna get you. You know what? For me, and this is just me. If you cheat on me and I leave you, I don't know. I think this is most women, but you know that meme that I saw that when women and men break up, a woman go gets a college degree, starts 7 businesses, a bank account. That's me. Like if we break up, I just really focus even more than I do now. I don't really think about getting my leg back.
You break up.
You missed. You know.
Hey, fellas, let me ask y'all this.
Make him your stepson.
Look, Tim.
Frank, that's why Tim don't believe in prayer warriors.
Much, yeah. Let me ask the fellas a question. Do y'all think that when a man loses, or I don't want to say he got cheated on, and you out, or you felt like this was the one, and she leaves you. Do you think that level of hurt could potentially turn a man into a womanizer?
Yes.
Dwayne? Oh, see, there you go. Right on time.
Yes. I think it could also turn a woman into something too, if it's her too as well.
I definitely.
Yep, I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, without question.
Yep. And it could turn a woman. I think because what happens is, Tim, that's a great question too, by the way. Because sometimes when people have given their all in certain spaces, right? And they've given it, and let's say they've given that, they walked away from that situation because it wasn't healthy for them. They go to another situation and it's not healthy for them. I think it does both anybody, male or female. I think it will ignite a part of them that possibly they don't even want to be ignited, but sometimes because we all don't deal with grief in the same manner. We all don't deal with situations in the same manner. So sometimes they will deal with that manner in what is easy for them to cope in. And so I absolutely believe that either party could kind of, we say womanizer, right, for the lack of better terms, but really I do believe that people could give themselves in that manner as a tool to want to feel appreciated because maybe they were undervalued prior to those moments.
Speak
Or,
from experience, my brother. I know that's right.
or let's take another angle. Is it possible that they are looking for that woman in another woman and they can't find it, so they deal with multiple women?
Say that again.
Say it one more time.
Yeah.
So
Like a buffet.
is it possible? This is a whole nother angle that they go from this person that they thought was the one, and so they no longer have that person, so they go looking for that person in another woman, and they don't find that person, and so they go to another woman, they don't find her again, and so now you're dealing with multiple women, multiple personalities, trying to find that one that you just lost.
Absolutely. You piecing together parts of women to make that one woman. That's why y'all should stop cheating. But I know women, but I know in all seriousness though, I also know women, and this is something which is why I say, it's kind of a double-edged sword, but it makes sense to be patient in that regard, because I know women, instead of keeping themselves open and available for when the right one comes, what they will do is they'll take pieces of a man, right? Because they have this ideal man. So then they have the guy who they can be emotional with. They've got the sex guy. They've got the experiences and event guy. They've got, the stepdaddy bae, and they have all these different men, and they're trying to piece them together to make one man. That definitely happens. But I do want to pivot when you guys were talking about, we were talking about cheating and what's cheating. So let me ask you this, and I'm going to get off your back, Dwayne. I'm going to let you take a little break. Would y'all, and I want the men though to answer this, do you all consider it when you've agreed to be in an exclusive relationship? Is it considered cheating? And this is a question we had come in. Don't try to put this on me directly, Dwayne. When the man, or I guess within anybody, watches porn without your partner, is that considered cheating?
I don't even know how to answer that.
Well, I haven't really beat my meat in so long. I don't really know how to answer that.
But I cannot see. I'm legally blind. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I'm
If we talking about if they married or not married.
I don't know. Should we say not married, just in an exclusive relationship?
Yo, the people in your comments saying no. I don't know how to answer that. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, I've been retired.
Yeah. I don't know
y'all need to answer the question.
Well, no, seriously, bro.
That's
a great question.
You can't.
But that's a great question. I just don't know how to answer that. Like,
see, let me tell you,
how do you answer that for married people when I mean, I don't even know where to go with that. Like,
because at one time, because I was getting it in, right?
So let's tell
no, listen, Frank. It's a real testimony.
Go ahead.
It's a real
testify.
It's a testimony.
Oh. And watch this, Tashiana. You gonna laugh, but you gonna be like, it's a real thing. So, and this is why I was like, you know what? I gotta chill out. I gotta stop doing this. And so I'm getting it in. And I don't even know why I was getting it in. It's like, because when you get caught up in that, let's just be honest, you'll just be doing it for no reason, right? So I'm doing it, and and I'm coming to the very end. You know when that very end comes and you shut the screen down? So I don't know what happened to me. But Mo, I started crying. I got convicted. I feel like like I had cheated. I was sitting there like, and tears were coming up. I was like, man, I gotta stop doing this. I canceled my log out. It was enough. Enough was enough.
You said you felt like you cheated. Why?
I don't know. I just think like I was like, you know what? She wouldn't want me to be doing this. And so after
But why
that,
wouldn't she? Well, let's dig deeper. Why
All
do
right.
you think that she wouldn't want you to be doing it?
because it was sometimes. Watch this. This is a whole nother conversation, Frank. And this is why I believe Tashiana brought this up. Because sometimes you're just doing that for just absolutely you
recreational purposes.
She giving you some, it's good. So what the hell are you watching porn for?
Yeah.
That's like, I'm trying to think, you know what, I might need a prayer warrior because I had a demon in me. Now I think about it.
Uncomfortable.
Hey, for real though, you got to be very careful when you deal with somebody that's just habitually watching porn. That comes with a whole different type of spirit, personality, because you'll start thinking something is wrong with you. Ladies, I'm telling you, okay, you talking about you want to watch porn with your husband or your man or all that. You don't want to do that.
That's what I was about. That's what I was about to throw into the equation. So yeah, I'm good. Yeah, those of y'all in the comment section, I promise I'm good. Let's I'm gonna take off the pastoral hat for a minute and let's consider the dynamics of what could possibly be happening. Let's say that this couple watches porn together. It's okay for them to watch porn together. So then are you now saying that as long as you're together, it's okay for y'all to watch, but apart from you, it's not okay for him or her to watch by themselves? It could be just like some people like toys, different things into the bedroom mix. Porn for them could be an addition to their sex life. So if that be the case, then I think it would be kind of hard to tell them they can't watch it without you because you've opened up that door.
Hey, Frank, can I add one more thing? I promise you I'm going.
Yeah, go ahead.
And fellas, let me throw this out because I've been there. Who cares? Whatever. Women check sperm count.
What?
She gonna wonder, like, okay, if we ain't had sex, that something ain't right. And it's gonna be either two things. You either cheating, and you ain't gonna tell your woman I watch porn. Let's just be honest with you. So if you haven't, I'm too much. Am I right, Mo? Y'all gonna just leave me on this by myself?
Me personally,
they gonna say like that's a little light, unless something wrong with you.
I like your honesty. Me personally, I don't like porn.
Men are very visual. Men are very visual.
In my mind, I feel like when people watch porn, which I'm not against watching porn, I think women, we use our imagination more than we do porn. Am I saying women don't watch porn? Absolutely not, because they do.
I'm not saying because
no, because they do.
Stats show that 78% of porn watchers are women.
Okay, but I think women use their imagination more. But I also feel like when you watch porn, that you're imagining, you're putting yourself in that position. So I think it's a little awkward sometimes when you're in a relationship. And
so do women feel like because a man is watching porn that he's imagining having intercourse or whatever with the person he's watching?
I would think so, because when you're looking for what you like and what attracts you, right? Or do you just click on the first video that you see? You know, I feel like when you
normally it's categories, you know.
You pick the category that you like.
Yeah.
Am I wrong? Correct me. Yeah. So I I just don't like porn, period. But if I could imagine, I would just be like, if I was to watch it, I would be imagining that being me. You get what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I choose not to watch it, especially in a relationship, but that's me.
You know,
It make you sleepy too.
in a boyfriend girlfriend relationship, right? I can't necessarily say that it's cheating. What I believe is, if that's, and even if you, I guess you want to talk about marriage, right? So I don't know, Bishop Dwayne will let me know if I'm out of context here with the marital bed being undefiled. I think it's probably what works for you and your partner, right? For me, because I am very territorial, I'm very like, I don't share. I'm like, why in the world are you seeking out something that isn't me? Because if you want me to do something, and I know they say, I don't know why they say this, since Frank talked about stats, they say that, African American women, that we don't really like to do things. I know a lot of times men cite that's why they go outside of races, and statistically that's what it shows. I don't get that, because for me, I'm like, if you have a need, I'm gonna need you to tell me what that is. And that goes back to before, which is being willing to be open and coachable. So I think I get kind of offended um if someone was to take on porn, because I just think it opens up um doors that are unnecessary. There's already so many distractions, right? And we know that when we get in relationship, we don't go blind. You know what I'm saying? So unless you're doing a lot like Tim, then you could go blind, as one of the commenters said. But I think that for me, I don't really be feeling it. Like, if I find out you're watching porn and this is not something we've talked about, like you need to wean yourself off or something, I'm gonna have a whole attitude, because I'm the person who'll be petty. Like, nah, go and turn on Round and Brown or whatever.
Yes,
That's how I that's how I feel. Because for me, when it comes to me, there isn't anything that, my husband could ask me for, except for, bringing a third party in, that I'll be like, nah, I'm not doing that.
Well, I think you just said something key. I actually agree with you, but I think you just said something key. Um, you said it really kind of great though, and I don't want to butcher it, but you pretty much said like, hey, the communication between us should be at a place where whatever you need, I can be the satisfaction to what you need. And so I really think the problem in some of this comes from what you also said, is that people really don't have the mitigated goals to really communicate specifically what they need. I think we do sex very cliche-ish, and we do sex from a place of, we know we good because somebody else told us that we were good, right? And other people told us how great we were. But I think also this is the joys of why at some point in time, he says, hold up, wait until you get married, because then you don't have all of these comparisons, right? However, I believe that I'm going to say I believe in who and what you're saying. I can't necessarily prove, right, where we're using that as a married couple. Now I can see the difference with singles, because you're creating an appetite that you can't necessarily, that you won't necessarily get, because your wife that you may marry or your husband that you may marry might not be like that. And to expect them to be like that is semi unfair, right? So I think you create an appetite for an individual. However, a married couple, I think I'm against the third party. I'm against, yeah, I think I'm just against all of it, to be honest with you, because I really wouldn't see. I was trying to see if the married couple could get away with uh pornography, because it is their bedroom, right? but I don't see what the need would be, because here it is, you watching two individuals do something that you could be doing, and I just think that it just creates for a jambalaya of nothing.
But hold on though, because that's another example of context of scripture. Because even if we say defiled, how defiled will we is it are you or can you be?
And that's why I said, Tim. So I agree with her from the place of a moral standpoint. Notice I did not bring any scriptural context into it, because that'd be something I need to study and really come to a place of understanding, like what that looks like. Because that word defiled to so many people can mean so many different things. Defiled for some people, they would say a third party is welcome. Defiled for some other people, they would say no. Excuse me. They would say sex only in the bedroom, not in the public place. You know what I mean? Defiled for other people, you know what I mean? Defiled for other people might be, this, that, and the third. So I think it's something to examine. I'm
Yeah.
only agreeing from more so of a moral and intellectual and kind of understanding sex education, that I don't think that that would necessarily be a good thing for people to watch, because you're creating something that could be false presentation to what you really need, right? And just like even when we talk about ejaculating, right?
Dwayne, look,
What?
you either here or here. I'm gonna need you to meet us here. You super deep right now on this porn jacking off.
No, because I'm being honest. I mean, I'm being honest, and I think even when we talk about ejaculation, like the point would be, which Tim admitted, and I think
Ejaculation powerful. I like ejaculation. That's powerful.
it make me cringe.
even when we talk about that, I think it's just something to consider. I'm gonna rush my plane there because I'm getting ready to go to bed because I'm getting sick.
Hey, Frank. You know what? I really have to honor those that can do the whole 3-party thing. I'm gonna tell you why. Because
When you say 3-party, are you talking about menage a trois?
yeah, I'm gonna tell you why. Because I tried it one time in my life and it didn't go right. And I have
you okay, never mind.
It was on an accident though. It wasn't planned, and I ran out of gas. Like I really couldn't.
Good night, everybody. For those who was wondering, I still love Mama Harriet Tubman. Good night.
I think they only work when the woman likes women just as much as the man do. In my opinion, I could never. I don't share my toys. Never.
You know
will.
what? Mine wasn't so
Never
graphic.
have.
You know, she didn't really. They didn't really. It was just. I don't know. I can't do that.
You the first man that admit that said that.
Because I can only. I mean, I know where I'm at, and so let me tell y'all. A lot of this online internet stuff with these men that just be saying a lot of stuff is really just talk cat, because when you're really dealing with a woman that's really gonna get down, it's hard to say you're gonna deal with two of them.
Right.
Like this one is wearing me out. Why are we bringing her in? I got 2 minutes left. So am I about to?
Look at Delonte's comment. He said that sex demon had Tim by the neck.
Yeah. Am I going to split the time? Am I like whose turn is it? Like what's like this is too.
That's what I'm saying. The woman has to like the woman too, so that's where the time is split. But I just cannot. It's just not.
Listen,
what
y'all.
Tim said is important though. Like men be talking about two women. Y'all can't handle two women in the bedroom. You can't handle them in the relationship. You can't handle one.
Listen, it's been a pleasure. Thank y'all for tuning in this season of Frankly Speaking. Man, it's been amazing. I'm grateful for my two co-hosts. They decided to come along and do this thing with me this season, Miss Tashiana and Miss Mariah, better known as Mo. And so, man, I want to say y'all, I appreciate y'all so much for rocking with me. This season, this will be the last, frankly speaking, for the year. I guess we'll be back maybe the first week of January. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Tim, man, I appreciate you rocking with us so often as you have. Dwayne, I appreciate you. Everybody who has been on this show. This is episode 31 in totality. Listen, if you have not seen all of the episodes, binge watch my episodes like y'all do. Netflix, HBO Max. Go back and watch some of the old ones. Listen, I'm telling you, some of the old ones. Mo watched some of them a couple of weeks ago. They are on and popping as well. So do me a favor. Tell everybody you know about the YouTube channel. Go subscribe, hit that alert button so you'll get notified every time we go live. I got some other content that I'm getting ready to bring your way. Make sure you're following Frank the Foodie. Frank the Foodie, the real Frank the Foodie on Instagram, Frank the Foodie on Facebook. Make sure you're following that page. Make sure you're following all of us on Instagram. You see our names. Catch more. Well, Tim name is Tim name on Instagram too. My name is there. Tashiana name is there. Mo name is there. Make sure you're following all of us on Instagram so you can keep up with what we're doing. I hope you've enjoyed it. I appreciate your support. Wouldn't be frankly speaking without you. So man, keep doing what y'all do. I wish y'all success the rest of the year. The year ain't over yet. Get it in while you still can. Tim, last words.
Let me can you cut the music for 1 second? You know, this is what, season 2, right?
Season 2.
And I know you really haven't stressed it, but from season 1 to season 2, I have seen a lot of improvement. The show is growing, and growing is absolutely amazing. When I say improvement, it's not like it was bad and got better. It just keeps getting better and better. So we gotta somehow, if you could put it at the bottom of the screen, because my Cash App is ready. I'm about to sow into the show like I try to whenever you present the opportunity. Yes, so if y'all listen to me, and I'm not saying it like I'm a pastor, but I do believe in excellence. And I do believe like one day, possibly, Frank might get that call and we off of Facebook and we on Netflix. Or he might get that call and we somewhere sitting on someone's couch because we just kept, function in that on that level of excellence. So y'all see the Cash App? Drop something. We need some new cameras. We need some new mics. We need a whole lot of stuff to make sure this show run at a very high level. All right. So just do me that. If I never come on the show again, I always appreciate you, Frank, for giving me and to the co-host Mo and Tatiana for allowing me to come on and share. So I need y'all. Let's go. Y'all see that Cash App, PayPal. If you know him personally, send him something through Apple Pay. If you got Zelle, inbox him and say what's your Zelle. I know how all that go, so we can keep this going. We have entertained from from Tashiana cussing out Dwayne, from Mo giving insight on relationship, and we have been here for 2 hours plus. Don't be like church. Church is the only organization, the only group of people that can get preaching, singing, nice seats, carpet, people to pray for you, and all you got to give is $1. Don't do us like the church tonight. All right, let's give, let's sow into Frank and frankly speaking, the show. And by this time, when we come back for season 3, y'all gonna see some whole different type lights, cameras, actions. We coming like we never came before. All right, sure. Let's get it in.
For sure. I receive it, Tim. Mo, last word.
I just want to say first, Frank, thank you so much for choosing me and Tashiana. It's been an amazing journey. This has been a great opportunity. When you first reached out to me, I was like, me? He want to be me. So I went from being in the audience just like you all to actually sitting up here with you, and it has been so fun. I've looked forward to it every week. You're a great person, and I see this going so far. I'm so proud of you and everything that you're doing and everything that you got coming up that people don't know about. And y'all, everybody on here already follow me. I follow you all too. The people in the comments, follow me on Instagram. Catch more if you can. I got a lot of stuff that I'm doing, paintings, content creating, and all of that. So you can keep up with me. I'm actually doing Elf on the Shelf right now with my son. And I really want to encourage everyone who has kids to do Elf on the Shelf. It's really fun, it's entertaining, and it's a great way to keep your family together. So if you need some tips, follow me. And yeah, Frank, I just appreciate you so much. I got to meet Tashiana and Tim and Dwayne and so many other people, and I'm honored. And I can't wait to next year. So.
Appreciate you. Tashiana?
I echo most sentiments. I love this. Frank, I love you in real life. So I certainly appreciate you considering me. I've definitely enjoyed my time with Tim. I've gotten to meet Mo in real life. I think she's a great mama. And y'all know how I feel about mamas. Which is why I put my newly converted tag up there, which is More Than Enough Mama. That used to be the Instagram of a business that I used to own. And so I'll just be working on all things More Than Enough Mama. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing y'all in the new year and looking for ways that I can add value. So yes, for sure, give tonight, like Tim said, and to be a blessing to Frank because, he's investing his own time, resources, and money to make this happen. Like the tools that we use every week, they're not free. So we appreciate y'all for tuning in and engaging with us. As always, shout out to my cousins. And yes, Frank, we believe in you. I tell you that on and off camera. So I'm going to say that here. And
man, I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all for y'all words. They mean much. Again, man, this is the end of the road for us for this year. But we'll be back better and stronger next year. Believe me when I say that. All right. Well, until next year, this is Frankly Speaking. Signing off, y'all.
good night, y'all.
We will holla.